Hey guys, and welcome back to the land of epic line battles and cavalry charges and the huge cannon barrages. And today we are certainly in the land of epic cavalry battles. I mean, my gosh, we've got a huge cavalry battle here lined up. We've got so many hussars over here. Chasseurs cheval from the French all being put together here. A massive long line. Look at all of this cavalry here. We've got more over here as well. This is insane amount of cavalry. And then to just top it all off, I mean, back here somewhere, where can I find them? They're all the way over here. We have the heavies. Oh boy, yes, the heavy cuirassiers of France. Not one, not two, like 6 units of them here. And they are ready for battle. I am excited to see how this one goes down here. And these are big units. It's like 100-man units of cavalry. And these cuirassiers, they can, if they need to, break entire armies on their own. But yeah, so we have a 4v4 here. This was a little bit of a different one of a battle. I mean, I think a few armies for both sides are playing all cavalry. And I believe that the rest of the players are just playing infantry and artillery. So we have a few different periods here. Over here we do have, obviously, 1805 France. We have 1799 Italian campaign as like infantry. That's obviously the German campaign is the cuirassiers. We then have like the Spanish campaign here as infantry as well. I guess they can bring a lot of infantry, a lot of cheap and pretty effective infantry. All of Visceral Legion here, which are very good. Those Polish guardsmen that are really good. And then the other cavalry force seems to be made up of 1796 France. So 2 early period French armies. Yeah, a lot of cavalry here that they can bring. Lots of like chasseurs and hussars, like light sort of cavalry. Today they are facing off against, it looks like the HRE. We also have Prussia and Austria. I'm not quite sure. I think there might be 2 Prussian armies. Whoever was playing this one, this was sent in by like the NTW peeps, so they can correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it's 2 Prussia armies, because I can't really see. I mean, it's hard to say. It might be 2 HRE armies, because that cavalry kind of all just appeared at once, but I think it's 2 Prussian, unless I'm like just being blind and missing another one. Oh, I'm being blind. It's all the way back here. It's a Spain. Okay, so we have a Spain back here in fact as well, so they're just hidden away in the forest way back at the back of the map. So I imagine it might be Spain for infantry and Austria for infantry by the looks of it, because HRE has obviously brought the cav here. They've got lots of cuirassiers and looks like dragoons and stuff like that. So yeah, lots and lots of nasty cav there. And also the Prussians are here with cavalry as well. I mean, the Prussians, you see them in Waterloo with their cavalry. Kind of an iconic cavalry faction. So yeah, not surprised that they are bringing the cavalry here to face the French. So this is going to be an interesting one, that is for sure. I am quite excited for this one. If you are wanting to see more NTW3, I want to make sure you don't miss out on any NTW3 battles. Make sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you know when every NTW3 battle and stream is out. We stream most Mondays. Occasionally it does change, but it is most Mondays. We stream NTW3. And yeah, if you want to get involved in some of that as well, feel free to join the Discord. The link's down below in the description if you feel like joining some NTW3 madness. I do recommend it. We do have some really great battles there. Recently, the Blandensburg scenario, which was really close and a really fun one. If you haven't checked that battle, I definitely recommend doing so. But yeah, I might just make a quick cut. I don't know how quickly this replay gets underway, really. It seems like both sides are just really having a standoff. I think getting in position. Certainly the Allies will be wanting to take their time because the Spanish are, by looks of their generals, still a long way away. So I'll make a quick cut and I'll see you guys when the action starts to pick up. Okay, so we are back. The battle hasn't quite started, but I thought I'd just show this off to you guys. I mean, we're going to go from this end of the battlefield. Just look at the cavalry showdown going on right now. You have, like, wall to wall between this, village and the forest on the far side. There is just cavalry everywhere. So I think what we're going to have here today, in a very weird and unique battle, is just 2 massive cavalry charges at each other. Whoever comes out victorious is going to have, obviously, the cavalry superiority. But I thought I'd just show this to you. Can't see all the Prussians yet, but I imagine there's a lot more of them back here. In what must be an all-cavalry army. The HRE is here, and looks like they have most of their forces here. I can hear the Spanish behind them. You can just hear the drums. But yeah, I am I'm excited to see how this one goes on. The French have decided to put all their cuirasses right down the middle, which is probably a pretty appropriate place to put them. Try and smash straight through. Certainly the small like charge towards each other will certainly go in favor of the cuirasses, I feel like, and the heavy cav, because they're not going to have to charge like across the entire battlefield to engage something. They've got a very short distance, but yeah, there's like 2 lines of HRE cavalry. It seems the same with the French at the moment, but I thought I'd just show this off. It looks so cool. I'm really excited. But yeah, it's going to be a very different sort of a battle. It's not going to be like a tactical one. It's just going to be a just literal slog between these 2 points, it seems like. It seems the designated area has just been between this town here and also the forest over on the far side. So it seems that is going to be where the battle's going to be decided. I'm really excited to see how this one goes down. It's going to be chaos. I'm really excited. So yeah, it's going to be one of the weirdest battles I've ever seen. But yeah, I will we'll just fast forward now, because I don't know if I want to make a cut, because I don't know if there's that much longer to go with the Spanish army is set to go. So I guess we're just waiting for like almost like the drop of a hat or something, or just like someone to give the call, let's go, let's charge. The French look like they are repositioning ever so slightly some of their infantry. But yeah, it seems hopefully these infantry for both sides got fire at will off, because imagine if all of these infantry just fired into the back of their own cavalry. Would be friendly fire on another level. But yeah, it doesn't seem like anyone's making any moves to come forward just yet. One thing I have seen with the Prussians is nothing like insanely heavy yet, just lots of dragoons, got some Uhlans back here as well. But yeah, nothing insanely heavy. I thought maybe the Spanish might bring the cavalry, because their cavalry is relatively decent from what I can remember. It's not terrible. I guess they thought maybe like the massive infantry they could bring is pretty good, but Spanish like dueling sort of like and certainly not the best idea. Certainly HRE, good idea to bring cavalry for them. Cavalry has won like quite a lot of historical battles for the HRE in the past videos, so that kind of makes sense. But yeah, Prussia's not got bad infantry, so I thought maybe if they were going all infantry, they might have done better. The French certainly I think have chosen quite well. They obviously got to bring the French cuirassiers. So yeah, 1805, a pretty good, appropriate one for that. In 1796, not a bad idea as well. Have seen all cav armies of them before. And Spanish campaign for infantry, very good. And I mean the Italian campaign, yeah, you could have gone with them, or the German campaign again, or the Austrian campaign, either of them. But here we go. Looks like the French coming forward now. We are seeing the cav just walk forward. Nothing too major just yet, but the cuirassiers are getting ready. It's a shame we can't do like the insert camera. Napoleon just being a bit too old of a game before that was released. That'd be a very good mechanic right now, just to watch the massive cavalry charge take place. I'll probably just try and get like a shot like from here and just watch as the cavalry charge and hit each other. It's gonna be like the Battle of the Bastards almost, I can imagine. You know, when like at the very beginning when John just watches the 2 cavalry lines clash with each other. Cuirassiers here ready to match. The French now are actually retreating, so they changed their mind. I'm going to just keep fast forwarding. It doesn't seem like... I don't want to really make a cut, because then if I cut back and it's like the charge is midway through, it's just not going to be the same. So we will keep fast forwarding for now. So yes, I do apologise that we've not quite got underway just yet. Hopefully we will soon. I don't imagine it's going to be the longest of battles, this one, because... yeah, I mean, the cavalry is going to be gone in seconds, I have mentioned, when these cavalry lines charge in. I wonder how effective the second line is going to be, because they're just going to charge into the back of their own like allies, which will break them. But yeah, I mean, the general for the HRE is right in the front lines here. That's a dangerous move, because if he dies, it will break all the HRE units a bit quicker. But yeah, it's a risk, I guess. What we've got over here, we've got more dragoons moving out to the side. I don't know what they're really waiting for. We've got Charles Jennings Quilamain here, and Jean-Baptiste Bezeres, I don't know if that's how you pronounce it, set up. There are artillery here. They actually haven't brought lots. I thought maybe we'd see full armies. We have actually got like bussiers here. We've got howitzers. So howitzers being brought by there by the Spanish campaign, and then we've got and 12 pounds here. I guess maybe this is what's slowing up the setup. Whether the Allies also have guns, I don't know. Like big heavy guns like 12 pounders, but yeah, I mean they are nearly in position, and it seems like they want to move more dragoons to like the wide flanks. I guess maybe they're not happy with all these chasseurs cheval here, but yeah, so it looks like they are just about set up now by the looks of it. I don't see much movement going on, But yeah, this is going to be an epic one, that is for sure. We'll go back to normal speed for a little bit and just see if anyone's making any moves just yet. Doesn't seem like it. But who do you think is going to win? Do you think it's going to be the coalition forces, or do you think it's going to be the French? Let me know in the comments who you think is going to win. I kind of want to put my money on the French. I will say I've not watched this video like full to the end, so I don't know the victory, like who wins. So I'm not spoiling it at all. I myself am going into this a little bit unknown. But I kind of want the French too, because obviously the cuirassiers are very iconic. As a Brit, that's hard for me to say I want the French to win. But to see the cuirassiers like just dominate would be great. But I mean, also I'd like to see this like ragtag union of like, some of them are underrated anyway. So like HRE in Spain, like underrated factions in my opinion, like win. That would be really cool to see. But we'll see. I think certainly the HRE is going to have a lot more joy in this flank. The center, it's going to be hard, I think, with those cuirassiers, because they're not bad. I imagine these are all really good ones, and like no provisional ones. Like Royal Cravats I know are good. Le Gros is also good. Regiment de Fer I presume is also pretty good. Le Glaive, yeah, they got some good ones. I mean, they could have also, I guess, they could have also brought the, but I guess they're smaller units. Could have brought like the 1815 campaign, because they have a lot of cuirassiers as well. Maybe not as many as 1805, but they still have a fair amount. They obviously have Kellerman's full cavalry corps available, which is basically just cuirassiers and carabineers, I believe. So you could have brought them. I would have liked to see some carabineers. I definitely would have rooted for the French there, because they are, like the carabineers, like the later period ones with the golden armor, like the cuirassiers are very, very cool. But yeah, it does seem like actually there isn't going to be anything happening anytime soon, which is a real shame. I might actually make a cut. I honestly thought maybe they were going to charge soon, but yeah, I'll make another quick cut. Or maybe not. Maybe not. Literally as I say that, they're moving forward. Here we go. I think the battle is about to start. So if you haven't already clicked off because like, God, there's no action. Pope's not even going to show us an interesting battle today. Well, if you stuck around, you are ready to see one of the biggest cavalry charges, I think, in NTW 3. Here we go. There is the first clash. Artillery goes flying off as well in the background, and in goes the cavalry. I feel like the French did not get a great charge there, but it does seem like they're actually routing a lot of this cavalry there, and they have actually routed a Prussian, or nearly routed one over there. They're breaking a lot of these HRE units here. More cavalry going in here. Cuirassiers clashing with the Prussians here. The HRE are, oh wow, they're getting broken quickly. HRE are getting flattened right now. We've got the chasseurs in here clashing as well. I think as soon as the French start to break in some areas, which they are over here, they're losing out on this flank, as I thought they might. The problem is if one breaks, the rest of the French start to obviously waver themselves. So the chasseur cheval breaking there, that might now damage the cuirassier morale, but it's hard to say. Yeah, what a start. Let's go and see the Prussian side. Prussians seem like they're having a lot more joy against the French here again, routing the much lighter chasseurs and dragoons out here on the flank. Yeah, a lot more joy there. Wow, 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 wow. I don't know if they're allowed to engage the infantry. I think it might be an all-cav fight first, and then after that the infantry can duel it out and the cavalry can get involved where it's needed. Cuirassiers retreating here. I don't know why. Maybe to protect their general. Bring in more dragoons straight down the centre. The centre, the French having a lot of joy. And they have reclaimed the right. Looks like reserves came up and routed the HRE. The HRE did nothing. Just got massacred. I really thought they'd do more, but they did take the full brunt of the cuirassier charge. Pretty hard to do. Certainly seems like those artillery pieces as well, also managing to get some good charges, good shots off on the Prussian cav, helping to weaken it. But the Prussians certainly are wrapping around this French and routing a decent amount. Looks like they are certainly going to win on this left flank here. So well done to the Prussians there. The French are sending in more dragoons over here. They are not giving up on this flank just yet. But I think it's a bit futile. Really a bit futile. And the cuirassier has been routed there. Is that the first to go? Well, Les Gros Coups there being broken. We are seeing more now going. You can see already very tired the cuirassiers though. These guys take go down really quickly on sort of like energy. Yeah, these dragoons here getting routed by the Uhlans pretty much almost instantly. I mean, they're winning apparently, but morale would say otherwise. Yeah, I was going to say they broke. And here we go, another cavalry charge going into the flank of these cuirasses. Getting hit from multiple flanks for a cavalry unit is pretty devastating. We have got more cuirasses coming in, but again, very tired. These units are... obviously, this isn't usually how you'd use them. You go in for a combat, and then you pull them back. Cuirasses actually survived. There you go, 27 of them, but they are exhausted. That actually looks like the only cuirasses that have survived. Oh no, these ones are cuirasses as well. Or one of them is. It's a dragoon and a cuirassier, but they are battered. Royal cravats there, yeah, battered. We have also got... Oh no, there's maybe some more back here. Regiment de Fer. I was going to say, I didn't think many cuirassier units did break. Dragoons, more dragoons. So a few did break, but most of the cuirassiers that they have got out there, so the majority got out intact. We've got more cavalry over here. This is a Hussar unit. Legion It's an Italian, well, a 1796 unit. That is managed to engage over here. Dragoons looking like they're joining. I don't know who's firing artillery because it's howitzers, but I was going to say the Austrians also have howitzers, so it looks like either side is firing howitzers at each other, which is probably not a bad idea because how this battle is sort of like going, they're having to like just lob artillery at each other. It's not really direct fire today. Hopefully these cuirassiers can get back. Le Gros there can get back and do some more further damage later on. Artillery here, Spanish artillery here, firing on the French. They have got a direct line of sight, and they already have got some cavalry return, which is going to be useful. They're going to need that. But the French infantry is now moving forward. Look at this horde of Spanish infantry. My gosh, they've got line after line of infantry. Spanish infantry obviously known for not being very elite or very good. We've got actually Spanish infantry here dressed as the British. I think these guys are dying from skirmishes, yeah. So we've got Trilliers over here doing their bit. And they are taking some crack shots at the Spanish, trying to inflict some damage here. Light infantry setting up. And we get a nice glorious volley here for, well, I say for the Emperor, but I guess he's Emperor / also Consul. Depends, we have got so many multiple eras here of the French. Napoleon is so many titles at this point. General, Consul, Emperor. No. Doesn't seem like he's going to fire. Going to fire, boys? The Spanish? They might be in range. I imagine this Spanish infantry is pretty poor for all this to be brought. I could be wrong, but I'd imagine. But they're going to go by just sheer numbers. And you can see that just keeps appearing. The Austrians over here as well. Probably doing the same sort of policy of just a lot of it. And just see where that goes. But yeah, the Spanish going to fire again. Here we go. Men in top hats. Looking very fancy. Do love it. And here we go. Yeah, the French and the Spanish will start their engagement. I don't know how good this French infantry is. The early period French is also, again, kind of varies in quality. You can bring a lot of cheap stuff. So the Spanish, I mean, and obviously the French bringing all infantry are kind of required to bring a lot of it because they're making up for other armies that brought all cav. You don't want to be the one that brought too little infantry and cost your side the battle. So whether they brought a lot of cheap stuff, I don't know. Certainly the Spanish campaign, I feel like, is a bit more suited to this because they can, I'm aware, having played these guys a fair amount, that you can bring like Visceral Legions pretty cheap and pretty expensive. It's not too insane. I mean, there's a lot of a lot of French infantry. How good they are, I'm not sure. 1809 as well. It's not a bad period France. So I don't know if there was really any. Don't know if there was exactly if there was any point like limitation, or if they just went on what factions they thought were going to be best. Maybe it was like limitations for the two infantry factions. Maybe they were like, oh, it was only like 20 points for the two infantry factions, and then maybe 20 points for the two cav factions. I don't know. The Spanish are shifting. Already looks like there's some Spanish infantry that are on the verge of breaking. They are getting flanked at the moment by the French. And yeah, this infantry looks like, I mean, turning its back is not going to help with morale. The Spanish are trying to open up. I mean, have a load of tirailleurs here, do the French are just going to harass this main line. It's a shame the Spanish can't flank because they have the sheer amount of numbers they could. They have almost too many men, you could say. Really, could they shift more troops to help the Austrians? Because the Austrians seem a little thin on the ground. They're literally going one unit at a time. The Prussians have got cav that has returned as well. Well, returned and also survived. Some of their cav did survive the fight. They did technically win this fight here, I would say. But yeah, the French, oh, look at this. This is just disgusting. The biggest line and cavalry battle ever, for sure. Like we said, not very tactical, just a pure slugfest. You can see, yeah, looking at the map, I mean, it's, yeah, no tactics involved, it's just a slugfest between these 2 points. See who breaks first. I'm excited. But it certainly seems like the Spanish are in a worse condition, we would say. Already a fair 1, 2, 3, 4 of their units on red morale. A few French units on red morale as well, so I mean, yeah, they are doing some damage, it's good to see. I don't want it to be too one-sided. Austrians also doing some red morale, but they need to shift up these troops to support their line. Whether the Spanish could shift forward their artillery, I feel like that's an advantage they have, just to shift a bit forward, fire a canister. It definitely could maybe rout some of these French units. The Spanish are already breaking here. A couple of 3 units in fact breaking already. Oh, that's turning quite quickly and a few more now. This is not looking good. And that is a worry with Spain, because obviously when one breaks, it's never just one. It's always multiple. And Austria also seeing a few units start to crumble. It seems like that French infantry had a lot more success than the French cav. Certainly on this flank here. Hungarians here fighting side by side with their Austrian brothers, waving the flag of the Empire. Seems like, I mean, again here, I feel like they have the numbers to overwhelm the French, really. And some of their units are going down to red morale, but nothing insane. HRE cavalry now rushing forward. I guess cavalry fight over. Any rules go now for using cav. And there's a dash there made by the HRE, but no success. And we're seeing dragoons, and yeah, more dragoons as well shift forward. Like they're looking for an option. The 12-pounders here, I don't know if they do get friendly fire on these tirailleurs, but they are just like set up behind the tirailleurs. Oh, they definitely are. They definitely just put a hole through that tirailleur line. Seems like tirailleur lives don't matter, especially when you can gouge holes into the Spanish lines that they just did there. My gosh. I wonder if this is a Irish unit. It's in green. Like, I know a lot of Irish did fight for the Spanish, being like a fellow Catholic nation. So I wonder if they, yeah, that might be an Irish unit. I mean, Irish fought for all sides. The British, the French, and the Spanish. And here we go. Dragoons going right down the middle. That breaking unit there obviously will not slow down the Dragoons. And they're going to go straight for the guns. Oh, really nice hit though onto the cavalry there. Put in some nice holes into them, and we're going to see Prussian cav come forward now and clash. And try and counter this Dragoon attack. And the Prussians, in fact, were routed. I thought they might break that with the combination of the Spanish artillery and the cavalry charge. I thought that might be enough to stop the Dragoons, but the Dragoons are going to get in amongst the lines. There you go. I mean, actually, it's close. You know, these guys are on red morale. But yeah, they broke each other, which I guess is kind of mission success for the French, but also for the Spanish. I mean, we can take out another cav unit. I like how the Spanish is running through all the Austrian lines. Very inconvenient for the Austrians, I'm sure. I'm sure they're not. That's not helpful. But the bodies are already starting to mount up here. It's already looking a little dicey. Worrying though thing for the French is there actually it's a Prussian cav unit in behind, and it is chasing Kellerman here, who is in charge of the Spanish campaign French army. So that could do a lot of damage to infantry morale here if he was to die. So really well played here by the Prussians, sneaking behind, getting hit. We are seeing a small hussar unit go in. We're going to see a rear charge here onto infantry by the Prussian cavalry. I think they should have persisted with the general maybe. If they got that general, I feel like this infantry would have eventually just broken. We are seeing more cavalry charge in here. So again, the Prussians taking advantage of their cavalry superiority on this flank here, trying to rout more of this French infantry. Again, the Cav, it looks like it's going to go for a dash, changed his mind. I'm waiting to see what the cuirassiers are going to do. It looks like they are now coming forward though. Here we go. The Gros cuirassiers here going forward along with the regiment de Fer. Oh my gosh, a lot of cavalry. It's like double lines of cuirassiers, and they have their general in behind to back them up as well to give that extra morale boost. Here we go. What are they going to go in for? Are they? They're tired. They're not exactly the freshest, but in they go. The last moment the charge order is given, and oh boy, are they going to try and rout as many Spanish as they can. This Irish sort of looking unit, routed, gone. And that's the thing, as soon as they break one Spanish unit, more will follow. And the Spanish look like they're in retreat, they're not sticking around. There you go. Looks like the cuirassiers, I mean, they're fully engaged. We're going to see an infantry charge as well. This is risky by the French. It doesn't pull off. Cavalry and infantry lost en masse. And here we go. In goes the cuirassiers. They're going to try. It looks like thought they might go through this gap in the line here. There is a general, HRE general just there, but he's not really got an army left. There's a Spanish like mob back here. They won't stand against the elite cavalry of the Emperor, and now they are in amongst the general. Look at this. The general is here for the taking, and Spain might be knocked out here. If that general dies, Spain is gone. This cuirassier push here, though, is incredible. Yeah, the cuirassier is not giving the the Spanish a chance. The Spanish general has routed. General not dead, though. So he may return, I don't know. We have actually got a Dragoonier way in behind over there as well. There you go, general gone. So that is the Spanish general dead. That is probably the Spanish army finished as well. There are a few squares that are resisting against cuirassiers. But oh boy, that push by the cuirassiers is old-fashioned, straight down the middle. It worked. Just they obliterated that Spanish line. Whether it would be better bringing like a British infantry army, like I believe like 1815 Britain has really cheap British infantry, and so they could have brought a decent amount. I wonder if that would have been a better idea. And though maybe Britain was banned because they're a bit OP, but I don't know. I don't want to call them the Polish, the Prussians here. I guess they're going with a P. The Prussians going for a second attempt on killing Kellerman. Kellerman is aware of it, and they instead charge on the infantry, trying to break this infantry line. I guess if they could seize a chance and break 1809 France here, this would be a win. Looks like they're breaking, well, one. It's a start, I guess. They need this Prussian cap to survive. I mean, yeah, if they could swivel, that'd be great, but the French are on their way. 1799 Italian campaign is coming with the cuirassiers. They're already engaged with the Austrians down here. Some German infantry here dealing with some chasseurs. We've got chasseurs here as well. There you go. Kill whatever you see that's wearing white. At least this flank here has been decimated. I think that's with the help of the Prussian cavalry for sure. Need to hold fire. Don't kill their allies. I'm sure the Prussians aren't appreciating being shot by the Austrians here. They're nearly breaking because of this. This unit seems pretty decent. It looks like a bit like a guard unit. It certainly is an elite unit. He certainly needs to try and get after Kellerman if they can get there, but I doubt they can. They are currently altering their lines to give themselves a chance against the Italian campaign. But yeah, there's goons here getting in amongst the artillery. They're going to rout and kill these Abusiers. Well, they're not Abusiers, I guess. They're howitzers. Well, technically they are. I guess Abusiers is just a name for howitzers in French, but I don't know what they call howitzers in Austrian, but they're going to fire anyway. And they actually, I didn't realize they could canister, but they looked like they did, and they broke the Dragoons, so good on them. It's going to take another cavalry unit to take this one out. It might as well just carry on pointing this way and shelling all the cuirassiers here. We still have a decent amount of cuirassiers, 65, 68. They look like the only ones, and there's another one here, 51, another one there, 26. There's some tiny ones left. They're milking some kills here, killing all those Spanish. You can see their general is here leading the way as well. Trying to still get some kills. Austrians breaking here on this left flank en masse. And the Austrians look like they're going to retreat maybe on this town. Looks like that's a pretty good option. The Prussians haven't got much left. I think they've got that one rogue cavalry unit, which is actually in the back right now, killing artillery, which is always a good idea. Get those kills up. Deny the French of their precious artillery. And you never know if they go hidden, which I don't think they will yet, because some of this infantry's returned. If they can get hidden again, they could maybe snipe a general if they could just stay hidden and unknown to the enemy. Not that I think it's going to make much of a difference, but you know what? There's always the honor of just killing someone's general, denying them like a total victory. It's always a little bit of a, I don't know, a minus if you lose your general, even if you win. Because your general can't enjoy your victory with you. Hungarian infantry look like they're set up, ready to go, but they're not exactly in the great position. They're about to get flanked here. They're going to get flanked. I mean, I guess there's some infantry to stop that. But the sheer numbers of French at the moment, not looking great. But, I mean, they could maybe still, like try and pull a victory out of this. I mean, if they could kill a general or two. I mean, Gabriel Chouchet over here. I mean, he's the tiny little infantry unit and a general here. If they could go general for general and maybe they get lucky, the Spanish, it's hard to say. Got a volley off on Chouchet there. He's winning decisively apparently, but they are putting volleys into that unit, but it's a long way away. They got to fire there. Chouchet currently does command the Italian campaign army, which is actually the one that helped rout the Spanish. So this will be a little bit of revenge here for the Spanish. They could rout Chouchet. He is kind of going in that way though. Look at him, red morale, and he's getting out of there, and he's broken. The infantry didn't break. And you just run down Chouchet quickly. I mean, the risk here of the French is they shoot their own general. They also break the Spanish one. So Chouchet is going to get out of there alive, but that's still a bit of a loss for them losing their general, even if you just routed. Looks like the Italian campaign is kind of waiting. It's going to allow the Spanish campaign to try and mop up the Austrians. Whether this is a smart idea, I don't know. This Legion here, they're doing alright, it seems, winning slightly. Haven't taken incredible losses either, only 20 men. They are a solid unit. I do like the Visual Legion. And they look pretty cool when they're fighting as well. And they keep coming forward. So we are back. Unfortunately, the replay did crash, but we are back now. And as you can see, we left kind of, we're back to where we really left off, really. And as you can see here, we have actually got this Legion boldly charging forward. Looks like they're going to try and maybe break through this Austrian line here. And try and break in. I don't know if they will succeed. Morale for the French is low. The Austrian morale is also equally very low. It looks like the Vista Legion seeing an opportunity to go for multiple charges here. We also have a general being killed by the Prussian cavalry back here. I don't know whose that was. Whether that was the Spanish campaigns, I'm not entirely. Oh, it might have been actually because well, no, the Spanish campaign's already, I think, is gone. No, it wasn't. Sorry, I'm getting mixed up. No, that is Kellerman dead. The Spanish campaign is gone. Chouchet was in charge of the 1799, and that one got routed. So this could actually be catastrophic now after this bayonet charge has gone in. I mean, there is routing on both sides, Austrian and French, both routing here. We are, I think, about to see a big cavalry push in here. You can see the cuirassiers getting ready. The Austrians look like they are just going to prepare for a bayonet charge. Whether this will go well, I don't know. The Austrians still have their general, which I guess they mean something. And there we go, volleys on the French just before they charge in, again doing morale damage here. Low bow here, giving them the charge. We are breaking a lot of Austrians here. The French are also breaking though. We are looking like we're seeing, I mean, these cavalry is exhausted, so how great it's really going to do, I do not know. The French have broken through the center here. There is Prussian cav now coming forward here. Looks like a general staff trying to come forward and try and push back the French. They might succeed, you know, this legion here. Low on morale, can't form square by the looks of it, so they might in fact break them. Oh, morale has shifted though. Maybe a volley incoming very soon here. And if the French can get in behind these Austrians with infantry, that'll be curtains for the Austrian infantry here. Yeah, the Prussian general still trying to pop morale, I guess, trying to influence them. The Austrian general here as well, actually, in the front line. Both dueling with this Vistula Legion. If we could form square, it would save a lot of hassle here, but obviously not. Again, the Prussian general charging infantry, breaking it, in fact. Cuirassiers here, and yeah, they've enveloped all the Austrians here. Cuirassiers and infantry, we're helping to rout them. So yeah, this turned into a pretty brutal, pretty bloody fight pretty quickly. And yeah, as you can see here, the infantry mercilessly gunning down French infantry. I mean, trying to just hold back the hordes. There we go, General of Prussia going in against Dragoons. The Dragoons are very tired, but they have the numbers. And they should break this general. I mean, it doesn't really matter too much. We also have Viserys here going into the back lines. He's charging. He looks like he's going to try and break these Austrians. They can form square by the looks of it, so we can get all these Hungarians. Form square. So that's good. But the French are also firing on the Austrian squares. They killed the general here. Viserys is dying. General there's also the Prussian general, I think, being killed off. And you can see that the French are just now going to just hit hard with what they have remaining. Give these guys get them into line formation, keep them in line formation, then send in the knackered cuirasses, I imagine, to try and just mop them over. We've got some Swiss down here as well. So be careful they don't shoot their own troops, the French. But yeah, the remaining sort of cuirasses going in, trying to rout these Austrians. And they should, with this rear charge, even if it's a pretty pathetic one, rout them. They're very tired, so they have a little bit of a charge, but nothing insane. Yeah, that just seems as though that is where the Austrians are going to break here. They're just going down the line one by one. This one did form square. Actually, maybe it didn't. Doesn't look like it did at all. Though the heavy cav can break squares. Yeah, the next one definitely did. Doesn't look like it's going to matter too much here. Look at it, just smashing them into it. Morale shatters. Just one by one they go. So we'll just fast forward as like the remaining Austrians here break. And yeah, that is going to be the battle, unfortunately, for the coalition. They could not defeat the ultimate cuirassier army, but yeah, amazing victory for the French there. And yeah, that is the end result. So again, don't know why the results aren't appearing here. I don't know if I have the end scenes. If Future Pope has put it in, well done to him. But we do have the results. This was for Johnny Le Buffoon, who did send this one in. He was playing as the all-cav French army here, as all the cuirassiers, getting nearly 500 kills with La Grosse here, and then like nearly 400 here with another one. Yeah, amazing kills. I mean, the worst getting 86 kills, the second worst getting over 100. So very good kills there. Even like the general here getting 140 kills. I think mainly milking kills, but still very impressive. So there you go, guys. That is today's battle. I hope you did enjoy. Do remember to leave a like, subscribe if you're new around here, and a comment show your support. And I'll see you guys in the next one.